ThaGuyXii.
Hey man, welcome back to my channel. Where I last left off, Casper, he was. I mean, how would I explain it? He was talking to one girl, right? And then he was talking to another one, and then him and Erica kind of was bonding a little bit. And then Diana, she was opening up to him, talking to him a little bit, and I was saying they sitting inside his Mustang and whatnot. And where I last left off, he was kind of starting to get memories from the body that he's in his current world. Nothing concrete, just a few things from his childhood, from when he was a little baby, and kind of how he ended up here. Not too much, but at least enough for him to know that wherever he come from, he came from there, and he basically ran away from home. He don't know the reason, or if those are his biological parents that he ran away from, if it was some uncle, aunties, if it was grandparents. He don't know anything like that, but he do know that he ran away from somebody. So that is a thing. He thinking that, yeah, that could most definitely come back. And they not even where they was, you know what I'm saying? Like this was hours ago for Casper. They already went to the library and all that, but he kind of like not really there. You know what I'm saying? He was like autopilot a little bit. Like they were still having fun. He wouldn't say that he was like ignoring them or anything like that. But he was more worried about what was going on in his head, because if somebody do come after him and come looking for him, they wouldn't even be looking for the right person, because he do look different. He don't remember exactly what he looked at like before the transition and the change and the power and all that. But he know, if they was to only know what he looked at like before he got to Gotham, they would be looking for the wrong person. So with that, he not too worried, but then it is still the fact of, it is pieces missing from him, and he can feel that they're missing. At first, he didn't really care because he didn't know too much about it. It was just a blank slate. But now that he know that slate not blank, is kind of bugging him a little bit. But he still went out. He still enjoyed himself. He still, what I'm saying, played around. They played rock paper scissors on who was gonna pay for the food and stuff. Obviously, what I'm saying. Well, it's not obvious because he lost on purpose. And you would think, dang, how would he lose rock paper scissors on purpose? Nigga, he can literally see the muscle tension in people's forearms and then they wrists to know. Like he just know what they was gonna throw. So he just made sure that he threw what was gonna lose. Cause he ain't really the type to, you know what I'm saying, take money from women and whatnot. Not in that type of way. And like, I ain't saying like he would not do it, but he more so like, okay, I'll pay first round. And then, what I'm saying, if they want to pay for something else, that's cool. So they eating. Like I said, it was a few hours after the last part that I left on. It was a few hours after that. Uh, they eating. nothing really is happening per se. Erica, she she's still thinking about how she kind of dropped her guard with Casper and like what that mean because you know what I'm saying it's kind of hard for her to be vulnerable and whatnot, and she was, but like she didn't feel like he was judging her or anything like that. He didn't ask no questions. Like she felt like he understood and he knew what was going on from the look in his eyes, but he didn't make her feel like judged or questioned or make her have to relive it. So she was already kind of liking him a little bit off his personality, how laid back he is. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he just seemed to have like that aura about him. It just makes you calmer. It makes everybody around him kind of a little bit calmer. You know what I'm saying? People tend to have fun around him. So she like, he a upstanding, decent guy. And Diana, on the other hand, her situation is different because she can't really even look him in the eyes without like not without looking away. So like they talk, but like it's never like eye contact talk. Like she look at him when he not looking at her, and he look at her when she not really like looking at him. It's like a transition, like a change. It's not like he's scared to look her in the eyes or anything. It's more so on her than it is on him. And he know like, yeah, she not really comfortable looking at me. So he just think that it's like, it's kind of like a little odd game thing that they doing, or a little tag thing. But other than that, they eating sushi. You know what I'm saying? Sushi's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. You know that the ambiance is you know, is real nice. They got a little slow music playing and shit. The lights kinda dimmed. It's a nice vibe. It's a little cozy feeling. So Casper phone rings and he like you know what I'm saying? He was feeling kinda relaxed, kinda good. So he picked his phone up, he like, hello. And it's K. And K like, hey, uh I got some things to talk to you about. But remember a little bit a while ago you said you were gonna help me with a situation. And he like, yeah, I remember. And he like, yeah, the situation is situation in like right now. And he like I'm kind of in the middle of something though. He was like, come on, bro. You said you were gonna help. You gave your word that you were gonna help. Come on, man. Come on, man. And he like, all right. Where are you at? He was like, I'm gonna send you my location right now. He like, I appreciate it, bro. He like, shut the fuck up. And he just hang up. And he like, look, I gotta go help. I gotta go help Kay with some stuff. So like, I'm gonna make sure y'all get home though, and I'm gonna drop y'all off. And then I gotta go. And they're like, oh, it's okay, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you got other things you gotta do, and you know what I'm saying, he's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? He know how to balance his conversation skills. So he was talking to one of them, then talking to another one of them, and it was like perfectly flowing. He wasn't missing no beats. He knew everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? It was the perfect communication going both ways. The nigga, he pretty good. He pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Other niggas that was in the little sushi place they was in, they was watching. They're like, damn, that boy cooking. Shit, it should have been me. But I'll be having too much fun in these videos. But he ended up dropping them off. Then he cruising. You know what I'm saying? It's probably around like 7. So he like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too late yet, but he cruising. He driving. Now he paying attention more to what's going on in the city. Know what I'm saying? He looking at the graffiti. Know what I'm saying? From he been familiarizing himself with, the different gangs, different territories, shit like that. People talk about it all over the internet and shit like that. So he been getting familiar with more of the scene of Gotham. So like, what I'm saying? He already ran into the Joker gang niggas, but now he understand how serious it really is. Cause to him, it was just like, oh yeah, it's Joker gang, a comic and whatnot. Who you really have to worry about is Joker, right? That's what he thought. But to get into Joker gang, Joker make you kill one of your family members. Like you have to kill somebody important to you to even be somewhat accepted into the game. And that's probably like one of the lowest things. So it's pretty fucking bad. So he just going and he understand like, okay, yeah, like he thought it wasn't that bad, but it's pretty bad because this is real life. These niggas are not like even a gang for real. They more like a fucking militia cult. So he's still in the mind of like, yeah, as far as he can be from Joker will be where he wanna be. The further he can be from him, the happier he will be. But then again, he ain't hearing about Joker doing anything, which is also kind of scary because you know what I'm saying. If you don't know what he's doing, he could just pop up and do anything, blow up anything, do some super wild crazy shit. So he a little worried about that. I wouldn't say he's scared, but he is worried about that. The fact that what I'm saying, the Joker gang is a thing. They moving around, they doing shit, but he don't know too much about what they doing. And then no, they still clicked up with a bunch of other gangs. So like there's Joker, and then there's Penguin, Banes, and then there's Two Face, and they kind of all clicked up with each other in a way. And then Black Mask got his own thing going. Falcone got some shit. Haroni got some shit. So then there are a bunch of other smaller gangs. And then Poison Ivy. So like he like yeah, there's a lot going on here, and he kind of gotta position himself accordingly because when it comes to like the whole drug trading and the drug ring of Gotham, only so many people do that. So he ain't really like butting heads too hard right now because he's so small. But he is still looking to expand, and that's when he gonna start kind of rubbing, what I'm saying, rubbing shoulders and with niggas that he don't really want to beef with right now because he ain't really got nothing. He ain't got no guns. You know what I'm saying? He got money, a little bit of money, not too much because he just spent a lot of money that he did have. So he ain't got too much money, but he still got a decent amount. He still got like green light, red light, and a bunch of the other shit that he has. So making money back, that's not really a problem. But he wanna be able to start making money in a way where he don't have to do it on the street as much because there's still money in doing it in the streets, but he wanted in a closed off environment where by the time people really know about it, it'd be too late. So he thinking clubs or anything along those lines, bars, anything. And he thinking, damn, how is he even gonna get into that situation? But he ain't got time to really even mow over that too hard because he pulled up to the spot that K dropped for him. So he get out the car. He see, he see the Lexus. So he like, yeah, he heard. I'm saying? He swipe his hand across it a little bit. And I'm saying? Because it is a nice car. So he walk up to the door. He knock on the door and shit. But then, Kate opened the door. He's like, yo, my boy. He hug him and shit. He's like, you made it. He's like, yeah, you called me. And he's like, yeah. So anyway, and he started bringing him in the door and shit. He looked behind him. He closed the door. My fault. I end up coughing like fucking crazy. So I end up pausing fucking the video. But my fault. Damn, where did I leave off? He coughed at the door. He was oh yeah. Kay was like, oh, so this is Callie, and I'm saying he pointed to one of the girls and shit, and then he was like, and that's Grace, and Casper he just picked up on how he said that's Grace, that's the defensive player, that's defensive player of the year. So he like, all right. So he look at her. She ain't a bad looking girl, but at the same time he can tell she ain't her because she wanna be her. Like she just her to play defense. Basically, he could just see it. So, Kelly, she's sitting on one couch on the side, you know what I'm saying? Casper, he looking, he's seeing he's seeing the floor plan. Like he see like how they sit next to each other and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? He immediately he get on it. You know what I'm saying? He equip all his badges. He walk up, he look down at Grace and shit. He like, everybody call me Drac, but you know what I'm saying, you can call me Casper. And she like, oh, okay. And, you know what I'm saying? She stick her hand up, she shake his hand and shit. And you know what I'm saying? The boy Kanan, he look like he could start shedding tears. He like, yeah, get her away. So you know what I'm saying? He holding her hand and stuff, and he like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said your name was Grace, but that's a nice name. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know too many Graces. And she like, oh, her mom gave her the name Grace and whatnot. And she ain't even realized that, she's still holding this nigga hand. And he, she like, yeah. And he like, anyway, like, I hope I'm not being too forward. But like, I would like to know a little bit more about you. You know what I'm saying? If you got some time to spare. She like, oh, of course, you know what I'm saying? So, she stand up, they kind of walk off a little bit to the other side of the room, you know what I'm saying? And she like, yeah, it's quieter over here because they got a radio playing and shit, Kanan like, yes. Nigga came in and did the shit with zero effort. That's why that's my brother for real. Right? So he and the ISO that he always wanted. The vibes are good. They talking. You know what I'm saying? Callie laughing over there. You know what I'm saying? Kanan and freaking Casper, they keep making eye contact, doing some type of twin fucking telepathy. So Kanan, he like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is a nice place. His brother, you know what I'm saying? Basically, it's in his brother's name, but it's basically his house. And she like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't know that he had his own place. He's like, yeah, because he gotta check in and stuff like that. But yeah, like basically when he done this, you know what I'm saying, this would be his crib. And she like, yeah, this is a pretty nice place. He's like, yeah, actually, I could show you around if you want me to. And she like, yeah, that'd be nice. So, you know what I'm saying, she stand up and you know what I'm saying, she start walking with him, and then she like, oh, Grace. And then Grace looked back at her. She like, huh? she in trance, boy. She like, huh? And she was like, oh, well, we about to walk around and look at the place. And she like, oh, okay. And I said, and then she just leave their ass alone. And nigga Kanan, he like, see, that's what I wanted. That right there, that's what I wanted. So they walking around. They pretty much, who knows what they about to go do. But they not even there no more. And Casper, he's sitting there, he talking to Grace. And you know what I'm saying, she telling him about her upbringing and shit, you know what I'm saying? She a girl from Metropolis and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Her parents, you know what I'm saying, they kinda did have a little company and stuff that was going, you know, a little technology company of sorts. But you know, with the environment and market of freaking Metropolis, they end up getting bought out. And you know, it was a decent amount of money, but at the same time, it wasn't really worth it because all the patenting and like the trademarks and copyrights on all the tech that they made also was bought when they sold, and they wasn't really aware of that because you know her dad was just, you know what I'm saying, he was just so he wasn't really paying attention. So all of that kind of got sold with the company. So like now they had to come up with like new shit because they can't really make what they was making, which is what they was good at. And you know what I'm saying, Casper, you like, oh damn, this kind of fucked up. But at the same time, you know, that might have been like a little blessing in disguise. And she like, how so? Right? And she looked a little offended. He's like, look, let me explain a little bit. Right? See, if y'all would have stuck with that, y'all would have only been a tech company that's only known for making one thing basically. Right? But now that you have to get forced to think outside the box, you can come up with something way better than that. And she like, well, you know what I'm saying? You know, her parents was like kind of like, you know, teaching her how to do shit since she was really young. So, you know, she is kind of up on it a little bit. And she have her own plans for shit she want to do. And you're like, oh, like what? You know what I'm saying? She thinking about like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit, you know, like upgrading and, you know what I'm saying, better surveillance systems and, you know, facial recognition software, some crazy shit, right? And he like, oh, word. And you know, he's just listening, and she like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, stuff that like they could use to like kind of, you know what I'm saying, survey, you know, like the people of Gotham in a way, and she like, you know, because you know when you like do crimes and shit, like your mugshot get put into the system, so like these cameras will see certain people and basically keep track of them. And he like, hmm. I mean, I understand that it make a lot of sense. And she like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? With that, you know, the crime rate would drop because, you know, we'll always be able to, you know what I'm saying, know where they are and, you know what I'm saying, who involved with what and whatnot. And he, you know, Casper, he think like, yeah, but at the same time, that's gonna that's kinda gonna bring heat. And the simple fact that it do kinda take away free will, sort of like the autonomy of moving around, because with them type of cameras that they actually just record your face and run your face through facial recognition and whatnot, nobody really gonna be wanting to go out anywhere. And then all the stuff that is street level gonna get pushed underground. And then that could be fucking terrible because they just gonna find other ways of doing crimes. Like crime's not gonna stop. They just gonna get the criminals just gonna get smarter. So you know he's somewhere like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It makes sense. But then he kind of like kind of trying to guide her, you know, using his words away from that thought process. But she real adamant, real stubborn, like on that. Talk about them. No, it'd be good for the people. And then you know what I'm saying, he basically explained. So how would you feel, right? If you know what I'm saying, you just going into your house and whatnot, and like the moment you step into your house, you know there's a camera there, there's a camera there, and he like basically just pointing around the room, and like there's cameras in the bathroom, there's cameras in your bedroom, and she like, what? Like, no, that's not this. And he like, it is an invasion of privacy, and yeah, it could do a lot of good, but it's also fencing off the good people too. So to catch all the bad people, you're kind of stripping away rights from the law abiding citizen as well. And she like, well, that's not really what I was trying to do. And he's like, oh no, I'm not. Oh no, 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 I'm not trying to say that's what you were trying to do. I know you just want to help people, and that's commendable actually. I what I'm saying, as a person, what I'm saying, hey, we need more people like you. So she looking at him, she starts smiling. She like, oh, yeah, she do just want to help people and whatnot. He was like, but there's multiple ways of helping people. And she and he was like, what I'm saying, like, some people, they let's talk about like our homeless situation and the veterans that lost limbs and whatnot. Like, how will we handle that, and how will we help them? And she like, what do you mean? You like, like people that lost their leg or the arm or their eye. Couldn't it be some type of technology that helped them get that back? And she think, and she like, I mean, possibly. And that boy trying to make cyborg. He's trying to make the motherfucking cyberpunk people. But not really. He more so just putting other ideas out there. You know what I'm saying? He not really taking what he's saying too serious. But what he don't understand is she could be taking what he's saying extremely serious, which is the problem. If she is. But basically it's just a battle of intellect. He trying to show her that, what I'm saying, he an outside forward thinker, and what I'm saying, he got plans and ideas and shit too. What I'm saying? Well, theoretics, theoretical plans and ideas and shit too. So they talking, what I'm saying? It's a nice, good conversation. You know, Casper phone started vibrating. So he look at it. He got a text from K. And K talking about some, look, bro. I'm getting dubbed right now. Like, this shit is crazy. And he like, what? He like, bro, I got you your ISO that you asked for. You said if you get an ISO, you can perform. He like, look, bro, I am like this bitch not trying to, what I'm saying? He like, bro, are you trying to crack? He like, yeah, that was the plan. He like, bro, what I'm saying? Like, if you leading with that could be bad. You gotta catch the vibes, and you gotta flow. You gotta flow with it. You can't just cut. Even you cutting through everything to get straight to the end goal. Like, bro, no, nigga, talk about some other shit. And he like, all right, bro. Look, I don't know about that. You don't look like you the type to know what you're talking about. He was like, all right, bro. But wasn't you the one who asked me to put you on? Wasn't you the one who asked me to come here and play defensive player for you? And he like, all right, shut up. He like, yeah, all right, thought so. So, what I'm saying? He get back to the conversation. He like, my fault, what I'm saying? My phone be jumping itself a little bit. And she like, yeah. So, about your nickname. And he like, what about it? And she was like, why do people call you Drac? And he like, because I normally be out at nighttime. I don't really like being out during the day. I'm extremely lazy and laid back. And then he start like kind of like looking away, and she was like, and he was like, and because I'm good at talking to women. And she like, oh. And he like, yeah. And she like, I mean, no, you are well spoken. And he like, yeah, a little bit. I try. And she was like, I mean, if that's it, I mean, it fits. I wouldn't say that it don't. It like, yeah. She was like, but what I'm saying, being a little bit good at talking to girls and being great, and what I'm saying, and whatnot, and being called like vampire good is that that's a little bit misleading. And he like, what? Because basically she's saying like, I mean, yeah, you good, but you ain't vampire good, like, what I'm saying. And he like, word. And he was like, look, I ain't give myself that name, what I'm saying. That's the name that was just given to me. And she like, yeah, I guess. And then, you know what I'm saying, they start talking some more. She asked why that's always like, that was the name he led with. He was like, because not too many people know his actual name and he like it like that. So then, you know what I'm saying, she like, oh, so like how many people actually know your name, like your actual name? And he like, not too many. I don't really be telling too many people my actual name. Only a few. I say like I can count them on one hand. And she like, oh, that's cool. So like I'm kind of like in the know. I'm like, and he like, yeah, you like kind of like a member, like member only type shit. And she like, huh? And he like, don't worry about it. So, you know what I'm saying? They still talking. It's going, it's going well. It's going real well. You know, a few hours pass. You know what I'm saying? She like, oh, it's getting kind of late. You know what I'm saying? She need to, grab Callie. They need to, you know what I'm saying, start, you know what I'm saying, focusing on going back home and whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? He what's up with that situation? Like why she need to grab Kelly and whatnot? Then you know what I'm saying? She explained, well, they supposed to be having a sleepover and shit, and like her parents, they're not really at home because they be working and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Callie parents, they kind of expect her to be at Grace house because that's where they supposed to be. So like, yeah. And he like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call Kanan. And you know what I'm saying? He pulled the phone out, he called him. And, you know what I'm saying? It do 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 do. And that motherfucker just ring. And it just ring. And it just ring. And then nigga do not pick up. And he's like, I know this bitch ass nigga. So then he call him again. And then he pick up, he like, yeah. And he like, look, Grace said she about to go. And you know what I'm saying? You know. And he like, yeah, okay. And he like, you know what I'm saying, with, Callie. And he like, oh man, give me like 10 minutes. He like, yeah, I don't think I can buy you 10 minutes. And Grace like 10 minutes. What are you talking about? 10 minutes? And he like, basically, he said that they snuck off to go get some ice cream and whatnot. So they they not even here. And she like, what? Why didn't she tell me? And he like, it's Kanan's fault. Don't blame her. Blame Kanan. And then nigga on the phone, he like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I do? And he like, nigga, 10 minutes. I'm gonna be sitting outside. He like, all right. So now he gotta get prepared, do what he do, go out the back, run around the block, and come back. So yeah, hey, it's a dangerous situation. So they sitting outside, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting on his car, you know what I'm saying? She start acting about it. She like, oh, this is a nice car, whatnot. And he like, yeah, he just bought it. And she was like, oh, you bought it. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I thought you know what I'm saying, your parents would have got it for you and whatnot. And he's like, nah, I like being independent. So I like to make my own money, buy my own things. And yeah, that's pretty much just how I live. And she like, oh, that's commendable. But then, he's sitting there, you know what I'm saying? She could see that nigga neck and shit. She like, oh, you got tattoos. And he's like, yeah. She was like, did it hurt? And he was like, a little bit. So, she walk up and she was like, can I? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. So, she moved the shirt a little bit. And she like, oh, this is not just like a small thing. And he's like, nah, it's pretty tiny. And she like, no, this go down your whole. How far did this go? So now she looking down his shirt, and he like, to like both my arms and my back, and I got like a few on my ribs and whatnot. And she like, why? He like, I mean, no reason. It's just I just felt like doing it, so I kind of did it. And, she started, what I'm saying, kind of reprimanding a little bit, what I'm saying, kind of preaching. She explained that, these are permanent and that if he gonna get tattoos, he should get something that's important to him or whatnot. And then he like, nah, like these most definitely important to me. Like they mean a lot to me. That's why I got them. And I was saying, so then she point and what I'm saying, she like, so what did the cross mean? And he's like, obviously, you know what the cross mean. I'm a follower and faithful servant of God. And she was like, yeah, but with the Bible and whatnot, what I'm saying, they say that you're not supposed to get tattoos. And he was like, yeah. See, the whole thing about being a servant of God, it's like I don't feel like I deserve like the grace of God. That's why it's like a thing where it's like, how do I explain it? He say, I'm willing to be used by God as his instrument to carry out the will of God. But as far as like what's gonna happen in the afterlife and sins and all that, is that's still kind of up in the air because I feel like I commit different sins every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's on purpose or through accident, just by living as a human, you're bound to commit a sin or two. And she like, oh, that's kind of profound. And you like, yeah, a little bit. So then, what I'm saying, she was like, yeah, yeah. She apologized for getting all up in the nigga, that nigga biscuit like that. She ain't even bring him no bath. But he like, nah, it's something that just it make me feel closer. And she like, oh, okay. And then so what about the dragons? And he's like, what I'm saying? Like, dragons have different representation and meaning, what I'm saying? It could be some people see them as just tyrannical monsters, some people see them as, what I'm saying, omens or symbols of good or bad. It's a lot of different things. So what it means to me is, what I'm saying, growth. And the reason I picked Eastern dragons because they don't start as dragons. And what I'm saying, he started explaining like, what I'm saying, like, in different mythologies of the Eastern culture and shit, that they could start as koi fish, they can start as snakes, but the end goal is to start as something and then become great and become the dragon. And she like, oh, so it's basically like you you wanna be great. And you're like, yeah. So I know where I'm starting and I know where I wanna end. And she like, oh, okay. Maybe. And what I'm saying, she stopped talking and she was like, excuse me, I was about to say something inappropriate. She was like, so your tattoos do have meaning for you. And he was like, of course. So then, what I'm saying, she like, all right, sorry, I kind of, got all preachy on you there. And he like, nah, it's okay, it's cool. And he was like, I mean, not too many people, what I'm saying, really be trying to get on my ass about what I do and how I do stuff and whatnot. So it was, it's a welcome thing. And she like, what do you mean? He like, I mean, what I'm saying, when you hang around a bunch of people, they just allow you to do whatever you want to do. And they don't really tell you not to do it or that it's wrong. You kind of get caught up in doing it and being like, oh, well, nobody told me not to. So you do it. And she like, oh, well, yeah, I understand that. But I mean, you know, you actually, and she grabbed his hand and she like, you got a phone? And he like, yeah, I got a phone. And then I said, he had her phone. I said, she put her number in, and then she was like, I'm gonna make sure that you be on the right track. And then she was like, what school you go to? He was like, I'm not in school. She was like, did you drop out? He like, nah, I just haven't enrolled yet. And she was like, well, you know what I'm saying? She explained what school she go to. And she was like, you know what I'm saying? It's a it's a private school. You know what I'm saying? It's a good school though. You know what I'm saying? If he's if he apply, he could probably get in. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't seem like he's not driven or that he's not smart. So from everything she's seen, it wouldn't be hard for him to get into the school. But then you know what I'm saying, like there she can keep an eye on him, make sure that he act proper and become a proper member of society because he's too smart to you know what I'm saying not. So he start laughing and I said he like, hey, that's cool. I don't know. I might still skip her or whatnot occasionally. And she was like, no, you won't. So you like, we'll see about that. And she was like, nah, I'm telling you, you won't. So yeah, she started laughing. He was like, is this how you are with all your friends? And she was like, yeah, you know, like they supposed to try to be better and you know what I'm saying, do good. And he like, yeah, makes sense. So anyway, like hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it's not the last time we see each other. And she like, no, it's not gonna be. And he like, well, when I see you next, uh, well, whenever the time comes, it'll be nice. And she like, yeah. And you know what I'm saying, he point, and you know what I'm saying, it, it's that nigga, uh, K and Callie, they coming around the corner and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, there they are. And then, you know what I'm saying? They they leave, you know what I'm saying? Kanan, he was trying to draw them, but you know what I'm saying. Grace was like, nah, she already got the Uber on the way and whatnot, and she don't want them to go out of their way. So yeah, they left, and you know what I'm saying. Casper looked, and he like so, and he like, man, I was almost there. I almost achieved greatness. But then you called me, and he was like, bro, what was I supposed to do? Just let her start walking around the house? And he was like, man, you wasn't even trying for real, was you? He was like, what are you talking about? He was like, see, if she was busy doing something, she wouldn't have been worried about what was going on anywhere else. And he was like, bro, so you think I'm just about to just start slanging my shit on your behalf? He's like, why couldn't you? It's called taking one for the team. And he's like, bro, I'm not. You're not my pimp. You're not about to just start fucking swinging me around so for whatever purposes that suits you. He was like, bro, I was so close. He was like, I get that, but nigga, there's always tomorrow and the day after. The progress you made don't just disappear today. And he's like, yeah, you right. And he was like, hey, if it's worth it, then it's worth waiting. And he's like, yeah, I don't know about that, but he was like, all right, bro, come on, we gonna take the cars back, and then we taking my car. I had to pick up some stuff anyway, and he's like, all right, push yo. So they drive back, you know what I'm saying, to the center, and then you know they get some bags. He basically taking all that money out of the fucking center, out of his room, and putting it into his car because he don't got nowhere else to put it. And then like he can get like a bank account or anything yet. Well, he could like once he like remember his name and shit like that, he can have uh Veronica take him to a bank and you know what I'm saying. It's as the guardian, she can write off on it and shit. But then he could get a bank account. But right now he don't know his name. Well, the body's name. So that's a dud. He can't do that yet. So he kind of stuck just holding on to some money. It ain't a crazy amount no more because he start fucking spending it, but it's still helpless. So he get that, and then he get the, you know, the drugs, the Percocets, the lean. No, let me stop. But he get all the different shit that he out and he trying to sell, and they driving. You know what I'm saying? They taking turns stepping out. You know what I'm saying? One of them do this, the other one just sit in the car, and they flip out, and then they both start doing shit in certain areas, and they kind of splitting it, breaking it down. They making a decent amount of money again, and some this what this is what day 3, I think. I don't even remember. He been out here for a while. I'm talking about Casper. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. What the fuck is that? Oh, it was a pen. Where it dropped from? I have no idea, but it was a pen. But he been out here for a little bit now. So he got reoccurring customers, repeat customers and whatnot. Because, that's what happened when you have the good shit. So while they doing that, they making some money, but they not gonna be out here forever because you know what I'm saying. Especially not on the same day. Veronica told him, you know what I'm saying, not to be doing the that staying out shit too often. So he like, hmm, it's time to start thinking of some other shit he could do, or finding some other people to do it for him. So like, you know what I'm saying, he ain't got to be the one out all the time. But that's in the distant future. He still don't know. Like he know he can trust Kanan, but like ain't too many other people he think he can trust. And then the other people that he do know, he don't even know no other like males. He know Kanan, and then everybody else he met are all females. So he like, damn, he ain't got like nothing that he could really go for. But then he see one of the girls, well, not one of the girls, but the girl, the one that he ended up saving. You see her, and like, she looking better, healthier. You know what I'm saying? She not wearing anything crazy. So he just assumed that, oh damn, like, you know what I'm saying, she cleaned her shit up. You know what I'm saying? She not living that type of lifestyle no more. So, you know what I'm saying? He hop out the car. He walk over there. He start talking to her. You know what I'm saying? She see him. You know what I'm saying? Immediately upon seeing him, you know what I'm saying? She hug him and shit. You know what I'm saying? She happy to see him. 'Cause, he did save her life and kind of change her life a little bit. And you know what I'm saying? He like, so what's going on? And she like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? She out and she making sure that the other girls are safe and shit. And he like, oh, okay. And he asking, is she okay? And she like, yeah, she okay, but there been weird people, you know what I'm saying, tonight. And a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, people been asking her questions about, you know what I'm saying, what happened to, you know what I'm saying, the handler. And, Casper, he kind of like, you know what I'm saying, look at her and he like, so what do you say? She was like, she say that he got up, he was moving around erratic. He, you know what I'm saying, he do what he normally do, smoke, get high, you know what I'm saying, snort, all the various things that he do. He started moving around real sporadic, I said sporadic, uh, jumpy, paranoid, and he just took off. Like he just left. She don't know where he went, where he could be, and he like, oh, okay. And then, you know what I'm saying, he asked her like how the building panning out. And she was like, oh, that's going pretty well, you know what I'm saying? Now that they don't really have to worry about rent and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty nice. But the landlord there, he kinda weird a little bit. But ain't nothing they can't handle. And he like, all right. And then she started explaining, you know what I'm saying, some other shit. And she's telling him like, you know what I'm saying, to watch out because, you know what I'm saying, this area, you know, people been kinda cracking down on individuality. And she like, what? I said she, but he like, what do you mean? And she tell him, uh, this area, like this territory, was kind of in a little bit of a little altercation between two places that kind of wanted to run it at the same time. It was what did I name them? Hold on, let me look. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Uh, it was BMG and uh the Irish the Irish mob. So like they IM for short, but they was kind of going head to head, and BMG is the you know they. I'm gonna explain more about them later on. I don't want to give too much away, but just know it's the blacks and then it's the Irish, and they was kind of beefing, fighting each other, trying to get a few different territories, and this was one of the things that they were fighting over. And now that they kind of came to a stalemate of sort because they realized that what I'm saying they was either gonna have to battle it out and one of their games was gonna disappear, or what I'm saying they were gonna bring too much heat to themselves. But that's what people were saying. She told Casper that word is that one of the bigger players in the city told them that they had to chill out. So they came to an agreement, and they supposed to be having a meeting about how they gonna divide up the territory. And he like one of the bigger players. She was like, yeah, she don't know too much about that. You know what I'm saying? Some of the girls she know that were like working like uh the nightclubs and stuff like that, they hear whisper and what I'm saying, things being talked about and stuff like that when people got a little bit too much to drink and whatnot. But she'll keep her eyes and her ears open. And I'm saying if she learn anything, she'll I'm saying make sure she tell him. I'm saying he pull out some money. He like, I appreciate that. And she like, nah, this is because you helped me. He's like, I know, and this will help you. So I'm saying he give her a little bit of money. Know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, she hug him, she thank him, and she was like, stay safe. You know what I'm saying? And he like, of course. So and then, he about to walk away, and then she grabbed him on the shoulder, and then she was like, no, like you gotta actually stay safe. And she hand him something, and I was saying, he looked down, and she hand him that blicky icky sticky. And he looked, and he like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And she like, yeah. It ain't too many people out here that they got the heart like he do. That her. So he need to stay safe because him being safe make everybody else feel safe and make all the girls feel safe and make her feel safe. And he like, okay, what I'm saying, with that type of responsibility, you right. I have to make sure I'm at least protecting myself. And she like, yeah, of course. So then, what I'm saying, he leave, he get back in the car, what I'm saying. Kane, he look at him and he like, so? And he like, we gotta we got either an opportunity or a problem. And Kane like, all right, lay it on me. And he like, so basically the reason we was able to move around yesterday and today, how we was and how I was able to move around, what I'm saying, previously, is because the territory we moved around in was between two different factions that was kind of at odds with each other. So they were more so focused on each other than on their own corners because there was no owners of these corners. It was empty. It was vacant. And he like, okay, I'm hearing a but coming. And he like, yeah, but now they're about to have a meeting and they about to divide this section of the city up between themselves and probably some other people. And they said that, what I'm saying, somebody big is supposed to have made that meeting possible. And he like, okay, so what did that mean for us? And he was like, see, that's what I mean by it could be a bad thing or a good thing. Bad thing is most definitely going to be harder for us to make money, like individually, like as our own thing. But you know what I'm saying, we could fall under one of those different organizations and at least be able to make some money using them. And then Kanan look at him, he like, you don't seem like the type to, to follow anybody else. And he's like, nah, I'll follow somebody, just not forever. And he like, okay, yeah, that's true. So that's all on the bad side, right? How would it benefit us? He was like, see, because if they already having meetings and they do set down guidelines and whatnot, it's gonna be fresh. Meaning that if anything, tilt the board or knock over a piece, they're not gonna think outside interference. They're gonna think that it was who they was already going against, not being satisfied with what was laid down. And Kanan, he not really following. So, Casper, he explained, he like, so look, say they set the territories up, right? And we found out what type of flags they throw or what type of colors they fly. And we used the enemy color to hit the enemy. And then we use the opposite person that we just hit colors to hit the other side. And then we make them just start fighting each other again. That way, the streets open back up to us. We able to do what we want to do without really being caught. I mean, at the cost of starting a small scale fucking war, but it is still a thing we could do. And Kanan, he like, this nigga crazy. And he was like, all right, but what about if we fell under somebody? And Cash, he like, I mean, that's the thing. If we was to go under somebody, who would we want to go under? Because there's a bunch of people that we just wouldn't go under because the criteria of getting in is just not worth it. And he like, yeah, I know what you mean, but hmm, I mean, can we join the syndicate? And he like, Chinese crime syndicate. And he like, yeah. He's like, uh, we're not Chinese. He's like, yeah, duh, we're not. But at the same time, they need people on this side of the world to help. You know, with the situation, they can't really set up here how they will want to because they can't really root themselves in. But if we was to be the branch here, we could, you know. He's like, okay, I get what you're saying. But then, what would be the difference between going Chinese or going Yakuza? And he's like, true, because they also want a piece of Gotham, and they really can't get their way in. And he's like, yeah. So they just sitting there, and they like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Kanan started driving because that curfew coming up. You know what I'm saying? Them boys got to be in bed, tucked in. They got they got bedtimes and whatnot. So he driving, and Casper he contemplating, thinking if he should go under somebody, and if he do go under somebody, who will he go under, and what would be the best chance for him? A, surviving. B, being able to outmaneuver and get from under them, and who have the lowest chance of not sporadically just killing him for a stupid reason. And with all those options and all those things, I'm gonna tell y'all who should he go under if he go under somebody. So these are the options I'm leaving to y'all, right? If he do go under somebody, who should he go under, right? And I mean, I don't really think he will go under Joker, but if that's what y'all want, I can make it happen. So we got Joker, we got Penguin, Bane, Two Face, Black Mask, Falcone. You know what I'm saying? And then we got a bunch of the other games that I made, which you know what I'm saying is BMG, IM, BMF, Y, which is the Yakuza. It's just like it was easy for me to just write them down like that. Then we got the Chinese Crime Syndicate, which is gonna play a really big part in a lot of stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? They also are a thing, and you know what I'm saying? They of course they go against, you know what I'm saying, the Yakuza. They kinda the opposite of each other. They beef. And then we got 13th Street, then we got 1800, and those are different gangs that I also made up. Then Poison Ivy, you can also go into Poison Ivy, or Harley, because Harley got her own thing. So like the Harley gang, and those are all the options. If he was to go under somebody that we can pick for him to go under, or we could have him fucking hey, look. Actually, for right now, we gonna leave it like this, and y'all let me know if he should go under somebody or not. And you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna read the comments and we gonna find out if he doing it or not. But you know what I'm saying, y'all know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next part. Peace.